Oh, get me the heck out of... Yeah, I should probably talk to Dial and whatever your name is. Percival. Mothers are truly great beings. They stand higher than any king. Yeah, I guess I can agree to that. Sniff, this is making me miss my own late mother. Everyone's mother is dead? I'm not a huge fan of my mother personally. I am much more akin to my father, I suppose. Mainly my grandfather, really, but to each their own. So we need to go up to the observation tower.
Hey, do you all have mothers?
Where'd that question come from?
Well, after hearing that Velvet, Kamawana, and Eleanor all lost their parents, I just got curious.
My mother was a strict, frightening woman, but she died a long time ago.
I see.
I have no parents either, but the wicked witch who took me in said I was born from a peach that floated down the river.
Coming from you, I'd almost believe that.
And you, Eisen?
We Malakim are formed from untainted mana. Sometimes humans are reborn as Malakim, but they retain no memory of their previous lives. In other words, we don't have blood relations like humans do.
I see. By the time I was aware of anything around me, I was already tethered and being called number 2. I suppose having no mother means I don't have any memories before that. I told Medusa that losing a mother is painful, but I can't know how painful it is.
Go easy on him, Eisen. He's just a kid.
I'm just telling it like it is. But listen to me, Laphicet. You can share deep connections with other people, even if you don't have a biological family. Malakim, too, can form precious bonds. True friendships, even family.
That's right. Your words wouldn't have stopped Medusa if they weren't true in your heart.
You really think so?
I'm sure of it.
It's far better than being a witch born from a peach.
Nonsense! There's no nobler way to be born! I have an everlasting friendship with a dog, a monkey, a pheasant, and Bienfu.
I hope he's right.
Is the dog pheasant thing some kind of a reference? I don't know. But anyways, I always wanted to know how Malakim came to be into existence, so I'm glad Eisen ran it by me. Although I'm curious now, he said that you can still come to have family and stuff, and obviously he has a sister and Edna. I wonder if you form a bond so close to another Malakim, then you declare yourselves to be family? Or if there's some other determining factor that's like, oh, well, you know, so-and-so happened, so now clearly we're family now. Because that's kind of curious. But the whole thing about humans potentially becoming Malakim does kind of sound like, you know, my boy Laphicet might not just be named after my other boy Laphicet. He might actually be my boy Laphicet, if you get what I'm saying. But anyways, what's this?
It's all thanks to you the construction of our hideout is proceeding so smoothly.
About that retractable ventilation shutter, please, let me make a new one.
What? Why? We already installed it, and it works just fine.
It's the hinges. When they move, it makes this unbearable squeak. I can hear it every time the wind blows.
Oh, come on, that's nothing. Besides, anything we install is going to rust up once the sea breeze gets to it. More importantly, I'd love it if you made us a nice big pot and a frying pan, too.
Not happening. I can't focus with that incessant squeaking. I can't work under these conditions.
Fine. You can make a new shutter. But make us a pot and pan while you're at it.
Can I also fix that autonomous hunter-killer anti-personnel spinning blade engine I made the other day?
That too? But you said you were satisfied with how it turned out.
I was at first, but when I thought about it, I realized I forgot to install an off switch. So, can I fix it?
God, yes! Fix it before it kills us all!
Great. Okay. Shutter first, then...
Spinning death machine first!
Oh my goodness. That might be like the second funniest moment in the game, right after Eisen saying, I will build an island to get my secret tunnels. Oh, that was so good. My spinning death blade machine, I forgot to make an off switch. Kuragane, you're amazing. A man's body and soul may vanish, but he lives on through his craft. It's one of the wonders of life, even for me. That was so good. I'm so glad we got that cutscene. Oh, that was beautiful. This isn't even where I was supposed to go. I'm glad I didn't realize, or else I might not have seen that. Oh, that took all my self-control not to start laughing as soon as he started saying the name of the machine. Oh, man, that was priceless. This game is so good, man. I was a little worried about it after Zestiria, because Zestiria wasn't bad. I wouldn't call Zestiria bad. I don't even remember what rating I gave it. Did I give it a 3 out of 5? I might have given it a 3 out of 5. But I'd have to go back and check the video that I gave the rating on, which should just be called Game Review or Finale.
You said that Malakim can have familial ties, but what makes you and your sister siblings if you're not related by blood?
Well, a very long time ago, I was born into this world from an Earth Pulse point up on a sacred mountain. I remained in that place for a long while, and then one day, she was born from the very same Earth Pulse point. Before we knew it, we had wound up living together under the same roof.
Are two Malakim always siblings if they come from the same Earth Pulse point?
No. The other Malakim were born there, but I never felt like they were my family. But something, I don't know what, was different with her. If she was sad, I'd feel sad. And if I was happy, she'd be happy too. She can be abrasive, but when she smiles, it's like nothing else. I swore to myself that whatever happened, I would protect her. I made a pendant from a stone on that sacred mountain and gave it to her as a lucky charm. Of course, she just wears it as a necklace.
And your pendant? Did she give that to you?
She had the same idea I had. She made the pendant herself and gave it to me as a good luck charm. Without either of us having mentioned a word of it beforehand, we each gave each other pendants in the same shape on the very same day. That's when I really knew that what I had felt all along was true. We were brother and sister.
Is that her in the picture?
Yeah. It's a self-portrait she drew for me on the day I left home.
Did you draw her a picture of yourself?
No. I don't exactly have an artistic side.
Well, I'm sure that if you looked inside her pendant, you'd find a portrait of the person who matters most to her.
I hope so.
Yeah, and it would be nice if it was you.
Alright, so that's basically the main question I had that I wanted to be answered, so I'm glad we got that. I forgot what I was saying before, so it hopefully wasn't that important. But anyways. Let's go find Grimoire. I still got about 10-ish minutes before we gotta wrap up for today. There's a chest I haven't opened in here? Why haven't I opened this? Is it like a life bottle or something? Oh, it was that. Why did I... What? Have I never been down here No, I've come here before. Why did I never open that chest? I've definitely been here before. The music changed ominously, so this is, she's probably gonna tell us something she found out about Innominat.
Ah, there you two are.
Hi, teacher. Have you made progress deciphering the book?
I have indeed. It turns out there was a second counting song. I've already transcribed it. Would you read it aloud for us, child?
Okay. When the 8 malevolences overflow, in the culmination of mankind's despair, Innominat will bring an end to all peoples and restore them to time immemorial. 4 Empyreans shall wield a wrathful sword and cleave the great devourer, 2 asunder to sleep beneath the earth, as scarlet moonlight illuminates the evil. The nameless Empyrean hath one heart. The nameless Empyrean hath one body.
Oh, yet more delightful material to keep us awake at night.
If I'm understanding this right, it's discussing the specific nature of Innominat? That's what I believe, yes. When the 8 malevolences overflow in the culmination of mankind's despair, Innominat will bring an end to all peoples.
So, when the world is at peak malevolence, Innominat will use that power to bring an end to all. Is that it?
He's going to wipe out all of humanity?
Is that what the Abbey is after? Is that why they've been trying to bring back Innominat?
No, Artorias is not that kind of man. His 2 primary ideals are the many over one, and the restoration of order through will and reason. He sacrificed Laufey to protect this world, not to eradicate it.
You mean that's who he is as far as you know, yeah? People change, Velvet. Perhaps the shepherd gave up hope. Maybe he lost faith in mankind. Fools prone to sin, endlessly generating malevolence.
He's not like that. If that's all true, then what point was there in Laufey's death?
Is there anything else in that book?
Yes and no. This copy itself is incomplete. There ought to be further pages, but they're missing. For now, I've done all I can.
There must be an original somewhere, right?
Without it, I doubt the Abbey would be plotting Innominat's revival. We can be sure they have complete understanding of their Empyrean's nature.
But this was the only copy in the royal villa. If the original is out there, who knows where it could be?
It's getting pretty late. Why don't we call it a day?
Yeah, let's get some rest.
Probably Melchior or Artorias have a full copy of the book, if I had to guess. Is his name Melchior? I think his name is Melchior. Oh, we got this music again. Okay. Pirates may be lax when it comes to morals, but at least they do their work properly. We're all literally in the same boat. Your life is in everyone's hands, and their lives are in yours. It's a simple sort of faith. We don't obey rules written down in some book. We follow the law of the sea. That actually sounds more troublesome overall. Only if you don't trust the people you're working with. Ah, Bienfu. Bienfu, what's even under that hat? That's a very inappropriate thing to ask a Norman. Where do you get off being so rude, eh? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. So, Rokuro, why don't you speak in these and thous? Seems like it'd suit your character. Just not my style, I guess. Why do you speak the way you do? Ah, that's a very inappropriate thing to ask a witch. Why did no one teach you basic manners? Sorry, I had no idea. All right, that was pretty good. I'll give you that. That was pretty funny. Made me chuckle a little bit. It's got nothing on Kuragane, though. Kuragane is the comedian of the day. Oh, no.
Hey, Laufey, Medessa let me sleep in her bed last night.
Ah!
She's warm for a snake lady. That's great. She's gonna help me take a bath now.
What?
You should come join us, too. What? I couldn't. It's okay. I don't mind at all.
Hey, Kamoana. Did you know? Dial started to grow a brand new tail.
Wow, really? I want to see.
He's up at the observation tower.
Let's go see. Medessa, you too.
All right. But don't run, or you'll trip.
Thanks, Eleanor. I appreciate it.
Having some girl trouble, my little Malik?
I'm just glad Kamoana and Medessa are starting to feel better.
Yeah, they both still have a long way to go, but it's such a relief to see them smiling.
We've got bigger things to worry about. Hurry up and locate the next Earth Pulse point.
Right. Okay.
Must you always be so blunt, Velvet?
I must, in fact. We're up against the Abbey here, and sooner or later they'll find this place.
That's true, but still.
Do we go find another hideout?
No, we'll keep on the offensive. We'll capture the remaining Therians before the Abbey finds us.
As a swordsman, I can respect that mindset.
I'm not so sure we could hold this place anyway.
We've got no obligation to.
I found another Earth Pulse point. It's in the eastern part of Eastgand, I think.
But that's... All right. We're headed for Eastgand.
Then our first stop should be Port Taliesin.
What is Bienfu doing with that pigeon? Sai-O? Great skit name. The eastern part of Eastgand, judging from the way... First of all, the eastern part of Eastgand. That just sounds ridiculous. Secondly, from Velvet's voice, it sounds like that's probably, if you remember way back at the beginning of this game, in the opening area we started in, where Velvet lived with Laphicet and Artorias, that is probably located in Eastern Eastgand, if I had to guess, where she lived with Artorias, Laphicet was sacrificed, and she first became a Therian. But that's just a guess. Second of all, how absolutely convenient that we got that mother Therian, while we also had the child Therian, the mother missing a child, the child missing a mother, put them together, and immediately Medissa's whole I will get you and rejoin the Abbey thing is just completely thrown to the wayside. She doesn't care anymore. Very lucky for us. But anyways, I've still got enough time. How much longer does the expedition have? I think we're behind on it. Yeah, it's got 8.5 minutes. I'm only recording for like another 3 or 4 minutes because we started that one late, unfortunately. So we're not going to have time to do another of those before it ends. But let's do this skit and then try and get an exclamation mark or two done before we wrap up for today.
When mankind's despair reaches its pinnacle, Innominat shall reach out and bring an end to all.
So that song bothers you too?
No matter how many times I read it, I don't see any good in it.
Understanding that ancient tongue is difficult, right? Perhaps there's another interpretation? Maybe the end to all actually means an end to all human suffering, for example.
That is a possibility. But we're far too lacking in material to know anything for sure.
We need the other half of that book, or some other text on Innominat.
We don't have the time to search for it. Wouldn't even know where to start looking.
And don't forget that that book is just a copy. Whoever transcribed it might have made an error, too.
That's an unexpectedly sharp insight coming from you.
I'm an expert at errors. When Miss Magilu made me copy magic tomes for her, I did it pretty half-heartedly.
Didn't that cause a lot of problems?
Well, when she tried to cast a spell from one of the tomes, the spell exploded in her face. It's really her own fault, though. She told me to copy 100 books in 3 days! That's impossible!
Oh, how cruel!
Cruel is right! That witch is a real devil, I tell you! A slave driver!
Bien Phu, let's go somewhere a little more private, shall we?
Miss Magilu!
Hush now. There's no need to worry. I'll make it a half-hearted punishment.
Ah, it sucks to be. Again, it's giving me, is this not the same skit? Maybe there are less or more periods.
Grimoire always looks like she never wants to do any work, but despite all her grumbling, when she starts a job, she gets it done, and quickly too. She's frank, but she still takes care not to say anything to hurt anyone's feelings. I have to say, I like that in a woman. It's charming.
Well, sorry if I'm inconsiderate and charmless then.
I didn't mean it like that. You're all still so young and have led different lives. Can't fault you for being you.
Well, if you're saying we lack a certain air of maturity, I might not disagree.
That's for sure. It's true Lord Artorias has scolded my lack of composure at times.
Although I do get the impression that Grimoire has been dependable like that since she was young.
And it's a good impression at that. Old Grim's been that way since the day she was born. I hate to admit it, but her combination of insightful words and deadpan expression has charmed the hearts of many a Malak. At her peak, she had a fan club 8,848 members strong, and her dinner shows would sell out the day the tickets went on sale. Malakim came by the droves to doze off listening to her live readings of ancient books.
Wow! I had no idea she was so popular.
Yeah, she's even a regular feature in Who's Who Among Norman.
Now that I think about it, I could see how a person could interpret her lethargy as patience and her vague dispassion as maturity and poise. Compared to her, I'm just...
Were you just trying to imitate her?
No, I didn't mean to.
Whether you meant to or not, that kind of felt like her just now. I can see it in you, waiting to be awakened. That sophisticated charm.
Me? Sophisticated and charming? I don't know.
Try talking like her. You know how she lets her sentences trail off. This is your make-or-break moment here.
All right. I think I know what you mean. Here goes nothing. Oh. What do you think, Laphicet? Do I sound like her?
It feels a little off, but you're definitely doing it. I think.
Aw, you don't have to grow up, Madam Eleanor. You're cute just the way you are.
You stay out of this, Bienfu!
What is with this stupid island and its never-ending skits? I love them, I really do, but you gotta spread them out a little bit, game. You gotta give me some time to do something else in between the skits. I mean, gladly, like, honestly, just keep giving them to me. I want the skits, I promise you. Let me actually see if the expedition is like, nah, 3.5 minutes, I'm not waiting that long. We'll just pick it up next time. Anyways, I love the skits, I really do, and I want to have a ton of them because there are so many good ones. I don't think there's really been a skit that I've just thought, well, this was just a waste of time. There have definitely been some that are better than others, though, obviously, like the finding my secret tunnels, I'll build an island. Or if I need another island for my secret tunnels, I'll build one. I don't remember the exact quote, you know what I mean. But there's just so many, and it's always on this dock. When we come back next time, we're going to finish the rest of these skits. Then we got to talk to Dial and that guy right there. And then we're going to move on over to Escan. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Made some good progress today. I'll see you next time. And until then, farewell.